Well, traffic congestion and the lack of parking is one of the big concerns in cities across Wales. In Cardiff, there are nearly 300,000 vehicles on the road, leading the council to find new ways to improve the flow of traffic. In the first scheme of its kind outside London, the local authority has now turned to technology for the solution, as Carwyn Jones has been finding out.
Each and every day, 91,000 commuters travel to work in Cardiff by car. In the city centre, motorists outnumber parking spaces by 6 to 1. Nabbing that elusive spot can sometimes be time-consuming and frustrating.
We do tend to avoid the city centre because of the parking difficulties.
At the beginning of summer, we drove around here for a good 45 minutes looking for a space.
People do sometimes struggle as they come into the city centre looking for parking spaces. What we want them to do is find a parking space as quickly as possible, which clearly reduces the CO2 emissions and everything else that goes with it.
But imagine being able to use your mobile phone to find out exactly where those elusive car parking spaces are at any given second of the day. Cardiff Council is now offering exactly that. It's joined forces with a technology firm to provide a free app that can be downloaded onto your smartphone. It gives motorists real-time information about car parking in the capital.
If I'm coming from within the city, I can type in, for example, Museum Avenue. I've just clicked onto an icon and that tells me that there are some available spaces. It tells me that there are 46 on-street parking spaces, and right now at this moment in time there are 2 that are available. It's also telling me that it cost me £1.70 an hour to park here.
There are 225 of these sensors in parking bays across the capital, and they emit an infrared beam. Now, when a car drives over the sensor, that beam is interrupted. That in turn sends a signal to a nearby antenna, which sends information to the app that allows the user to know whether this bay is taken or available. The Smart Park app has already been adopted by Westminster City Council, making Cardiff only the second place in the UK to introduce it. At the moment, it's a pilot scheme in 11 areas of the capital, but if it proves successful, Cardiff Council says it will look at extending the system to cover the entire city. That could transform how we use our roads and park our cars.